And we have a cat here. Goodbye. Don't worry, guys. The cat didn't get hurt. They don't take fall damage. Hello, everybody. Proud here, and welcome to another episode on the Bedrock Guide. And this is going to be an explosive episode, or really it's more of an explosive stream, because I'm streaming right now, and we're doing this right here. Oh, God, I missed. There we go. And hopefully this has the desired effect of... Oh, there we go. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Jade reactions are so great. I'm gonna have to use a lot more TNT for this, aren't I? One stream later, that big mountainous thing poking out of here is gone. And I actually love the way the terraforming ended up. It actually looks very natural, if not actually more natural than like Minecraft generation, like that right there. Seems kind of like very uniform, whereas this is not uniform at all. I think it looks really good. We can probably touch it up in a couple little spots here and there, like maybe bring some of this across, etc. But it looks really good, and I don't know if it's going to happen this episode or not. It very well may. But also I want to kind of get rid of some of this too. I think that'll probably be a future episode though once I get to that point. But the reason that we did that is because we got two projects going on right now. The first one's going to be a villager breeder, which is going to be this episode, and the next episode is going to be an iron farm, and that is going to go right here. This is going to be the center. Oh, I need to sleep. This is going to be the center of the farm right here, and I needed to make sure that I had enough room on the sides to where, can I sleep? To where if I have an iron farm poking out a decent ways, I have room for houses and things like that to go on either side of the iron farm and things not feel too cramped. So getting rid of that big mountainous like thing poking out definitely helped that out a ton. But for now, we need to get a villager breeder going, and I am in the midst of trying to decide how I'm going to get villagers for it. I guess I kind of have an idea. It's not going to be fun though. Now, the villager breeder in today's episode, two important notes about it that really make this one of the best villager breeders that you can possibly make. Number one, it is an infinite villager breeder. That means that these villagers will infinitely keep on producing themselves. They will not stop until they run out of food. You don't have to worry about adding extra beds or anything like that. It will keep going until there's no food left. Number two, it's getting dark. Number three, Number three, now I can't remember what number three is because it's getting dark outside. Number three is that this is a clean villager breeder as well. Clean villager breeder simply means that they will not give any of their food to the baby villagers that drop out, which is absolutely perfect and great, because if they gave their food to the baby villagers, then you would maybe not be able to use them for things like villager crop farms. So yeah, keep that in mind. And I'm going to run away now because I don't want to die to like a creeper or something. Okay, so first thing that I think we're gonna do is I don't want this thing to be centered straight up right there. I would like it to be off center, probably over in this direction, because we're gonna be dropping the babies down. This is gonna be an infinite villager breeder. Now I'll kind of explain what that is and how it works. It's very simple here in a little bit, but I don't want to drop them down right into the middle of my iron farm. So we're gonna go ahead and go over. And then I have a plan, because the hard part for this, guys, the really hard part for this is how the heck do you get a whole bunch of villagers like over 100 blocks up in the air? This one I'm going to put about 150 blocks up, but you guys probably only need to put it about 100 blocks in the air just to be 100% safe, to make sure that the trick I'm going to show you here to make it an infinite villager breeder actually works. So I'm going to measure things out and get up in the air. So the plan I'm going to use here, we need to get zombies all the way up to this level right here, which is not easy. We're not zombies. We need to get like regular villagers up here. So what I'm thinking that we do, instead of finding zombie villagers down there and creating this ridiculously long and expensive railway that would come all the way up here just to get the villagers up, you know what? No. Axe that. I have a plan B. This is going to be a lot easier. We're going to build a tube like this. It goes all the way up to Y200. Again, I'm doing it a little bit higher than you guys may need to, because I want to get it visibly out of the way as much as possible. We're gonna build a tube like this, and we're actually going to end up finding zombie villagers down here, and then we're gonna send them up a water elevator all the way up to the top, And this will easily be the most efficient way to get these guys all the way up to the top so we can have villagers up here. I think just for the sake of speed, to make my villagers breed up and just get them a lot quicker, we're gonna end up taking 4 zombie villagers up here. So that's the plan. Up to Y200 we go. All right, we got our little pillar going up. I placed a bucket of water on the top of it. It's got water flowing down. I got a button here and a button here to keep the water from flowing out. Those are required. Make sure you do that. We have our little toolbox here of all the things we're gonna need to get ourselves villagers made up there. And we'll go over all those pieces as we get to that. But the first things first, we need to get a soul sand water elevator to push the mobs up, the zombie villagers up, so we can then turn them into regular villagers. So we'll take the kelp, we will place it going upwards like this. This turns all of the water blocks that are flowing down from the top and turns them into water source blocks. And then we'll go back down, we'll break it, we'll place in our soul sand, and this will be a proper water elevator. Soul sand is in, and as you can see, whoosh, here we go through the bubbles. It's like a roller coaster ride. All right, so before it gets dark, we need to get the rest of this in place, which will be pretty easy. We need some sort of a solid block. I can move this out the way for now. And then we need our powered rail, a few like regular rails, just to make things a little bit easier. And we need a button. And then what all of this is gonna do is we're gonna do a rail. Oh, nope, not this one there. See that? Rail, 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 powered rail. And then we shall put this solid block right here. We'll put this right here. And then you'll see that once we have all of our mine carts here, if I place a minecart right here, we'll trap a zombie villager in there. We'll press the button. It'll launch him in towards there. And then we might have to give him a little bit of a nudge, which is fine. That won't be a big deal. We got our first zombie villager here. Oh, he picked up an arrow. That's really good. Okay, come on, buddy. I don't have to worry about him despawning. And then we got to lead him over here. We got to clear the way. Clear the way. Go away, bad spider. Come on. Can you see me? No, come back. Come back. This way. I have a cool ride for you. You're going to love it. It's so good. It's so fun. Watch. Come here. Come here. Yeah, right over here. Over here. Over here. No. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, look at him. He's sitting down in the ride. I'm going to take off my gear that has thorns on it because I don't want to hurt him when I have to push him. We'll push the button there, though. Oh. We didn't have to push him. Look, he's going right up. Let's make sure he makes it up there. And hello. Here he comes. No. Ooh, I didn't think about that. I need to make this roof 1 block taller. I didn't think that would do that. Ow. Okay. Well, we got him. And we're gonna name him. Oh, I don't have my name tags. I should probably carry those on me. All right, well, before the moon went down, we got 2. I had a third, but I had to fly away to get some water to be able to move these guys without them killing me. So we got 2 now, but that's fine. Does he want to hold anything? No, he doesn't. So we'll have to wait for nighttime again and get the other 2. And really, while we wait for night to fall again, might as well be efficient with our time. We're gonna end up putting the iron farm right here, like I said. So I'd like to maybe in this episode get some of that prep work done. So we're gonna recess it down into the ground a little bit, and I have a special way that this is going to look and this thing is going to work. But what we're going to do is we're just going to dig a hole about the size of what the iron farm is going to be, and dig it a few blocks down into the ground. That way we're kind of ready for when that part happens. And now we got all 4 of these dudes here. We got Tony, Clint, Bruce, and Peter. We got the whole gang here. I'm guessing you guys will probably be able to guess where those are from. If you do know, then just hit the comment section down below. But now we need to do the next piece. These guys, they cannot despawn because I have name tagged all of them. Although I would definitely like, if possible, let me see if I can pull this off. Ah! Ouch. I want to try to move that one that's sitting on the top of the other guys. Let's see if we can do this. Hold on. Some of them are moving. Some of them are moving. And cool. All right, awesome. We got them all. And now we need to convert them. For those of you that remember, we did do some villager conversion earlier. We did that in the mending villager episode. Also, if you want to learn more about making potions, I do have an episode on all of the basics about potion making, where we actually go over how to make all of them and what all of them actually are and what they do. So that is awesome. But what we're going to do is we're going to take our splash potion of weakness, toss it right in the middle of all these guys. They're all now affected. And then Bruce, eat up. Tony, eat up. Clint, eat up. And Peter, all of you guys need to eat up. And we'll wait here a few minutes, and then before we know it, these guys will be villagers. And there we go. We got 4 villagers now, which is super awesome. Let's kind of get these guys spread out a little bit. Hello, how you doing, Tony? What's up, sir? Now that we got these dudes already, we need to take out this water elevator. We don't need the water elevator anymore, and I don't want to accidentally shoot somebody off or do something funky with the water. And we're gonna get a little holding cell made up for these guys. Okay, so here we are way up in the sky. Our villagers are up here, they're waiting for me. And we need to make this little cage or area that the villagers are gonna go into. Now this technique, I learned this from BlujayGames actually. And then I believe he got it from Silent Whisperer. So credit to both BlujayGames for letting me know that he got it from Silent Whisperer, and Silent Whisperer for I don't know if he came up with this or he just did a video on it, but either way, I would like to credit those two. So what we're gonna do, and I'll explain how this thing works once we get it built. I'm gonna go ahead and put a glass pane right here and a glass pane right there, just like that. And then we are going to actually surround this area. I'm going to take out this dirt that we're surrounding the area with here in just a moment, but just to make life easy, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna do it with the dirt, just like this. And then we are going to put glass, and I'm using glass because I don't want to see the blocks that I'm using from down bottom. You don't have to use glass, you can use solid blocks if you want to, but again, I don't want to see as much as possible. I want this to be fairly invisible. So we'll put the glass right here. Also, I did not bring that with me, so we'll have to go back and get what I was about to say that I needed. If I break this thing out right here, I'll drop through, I'll land right here. I did not pick up the glass pane. Apparently that went down there. Back up top here, I got myself 2 trapdoors. You want to aim them for not the top of the block in here, but the bottom of the block. So right about here. See, that'll flip up and down. Perfect. And then right here as well. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to leave those guys open. Now, I am going to try to drop down to that platform below with my elytra. Okay, perfect. And I just jumped off anyway. And now this platform below, what I'm going to do, I am going to build down 1, 2, 3 blocks down from right there. And I need to go ahead and get up on that level. So we're going to go up. I need to be standing here. And what we're going to do is we're going to trace a little outline with, actually not with dirt, but I'm going to use glass because again, I want it to be invisible. I'm going to trace a little outline that goes around the outside of the perimeter of this farm right here, just like this. Actually, you know what? I don't need it to be glass. It can be dirt. Hold on, let me take this up. Okay, we're back up here. We're going to trace around the perimeter, and the reason why it can be dirt is because these blocks are actually temporary blocks. So we're just going to go ahead and we're going to trace around the outside of this guy right here, because we're going to be putting beds in this location. To get villagers to spawn, they need to have beds. You can have 1 villager per bed, and they will keep making babies until they have filled that 1 villager per bed quota. Not before, not after. They will keep going as long as they have food until they fill that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and we're going to start placing beds around just like this. We actually have 9 beds there, which is fine. And then we're going to take glass, and we're going to put glass over top of it. And we're also going to knock out all of this dirt from underneath it. Let's go ahead and can I get you here? Yes, I can. Can I get up on top of the glass? No, I cannot. All right, next thing I've done is I've created a little glass tube right here that we can drop the villagers down into. And then hopefully, I don't think they'll take much, if any, damage. We're going to see if we can get them to where they don't land on this. Or actually, I'll probably just, I don't know if I'll keep them in the mine carts or not. I think we'll probably knock them out of the mine carts just to be a little extra safe. And then we'll try to push them in if they don't fall in on their own. So let's go ahead and let's get up on the platform here. And we'll do these guys one at a time, I guess. Let's start by opening up a single hole. guess we'll do 2. And then let's not, oh, here, we need to do this because you don't want your last thing you need to happen is for your villagers to get out. So let's go ahead and let's kind of block this area off. Let's also make sure we have a couple torches down just so it's not so dark in here we can't see. Okay, now when I knock these guys out, again, we'll do one at a time. We'll see how doing this guy works. And we should be able to drop him down in the hole. He took a tiny bit of fall damage, but that's fine. Not gonna really matter. We'll knock this next dude down in the hole. Perfect. This guy right here, come on. No. Oh, he's, come on, come on. Can you like walk maybe? Walk, this is the most important. This is the most not important. This is the most annoying part of messing with villagers is actually getting them to physically move somewhere. He does not want to go. Dude does not want to go anywhere. All right, let's give him a little punch. Oh, he's moving. Okay. Please don't die when I drop you down. Please. Okay. Number 3 is down. Let's get this dude kind of close. And let's drop him right smack in the middle. Awesome. Okay, cool. So we got 2 villagers, or 4 villagers in there. We're gonna leave most of this up for now. I can get rid of this kind of border part. We're gonna leave this up here because villagers do need what's called a lightning shield. Because what can happen is if it storms and lightning strikes these villagers, it can actually turn them into witches. We don't want witches here. We definitely don't. So just for the moment, we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna leave this up, and then we'll actually replace it with a more proper lightning shield. Actually, I guess I can get rid of this part. And then I can take this glass out all the way down to where I have those trapdoors. We need to make our lightning shield. I want to make it clear. Again, if a lightning strike hits your villagers, it's going to turn them into witches, and we don't want that to happen. And while I could not find anywhere that lets me know the exact dimensions you have to use for a lightning shield, I know typically speaking you want it to be at least a few blocks above their head, which we're going to have this more than a few blocks above their heads, and then you want to go out at least a few blocks around them as well. So what we'll do is we'll kind of go out 2 in each direction, and then we will go ahead and fill this thing out, and I believe all of our villagers will be safe. You know what? I really don't want them to turn to witches. We're going to go out 3 just to be extra safe. Okay, so we have our lightning shield here, and that'll keep all of our villagers safe. And now what we need to do is we need to fly right on the way down here, and we need to set up our system to catch our villagers. These guys are going to come flying down at 1,000,000 miles an hour, and if we don't have something here to catch them, they're going to go splat. Also, the way that this little like villager breeder thing works, and the mechanics with the way the villagers fall out of it, and we'll make sure that we do go over all the details with everything here a little bit towards the end once we get things built, is they have a little bit of a spread when they fall, because some of them fall while they're actually touching each other, and it makes them kind of push each other out. So they're not just going to fall in these 2 spots because these are right below our farm. We're going to need to kind of like dig out a little bit of an area around it to give us a little bit of wiggle room for when these guys do fall, that they don't splat and die, because splat and die is it's very bad. Let's just say that it's extremely bad. So what we're gonna do is dig this little area out, and the reason I'm digging it out is I want to put it down in the ground a little bit, because aesthetically I don't think it's gonna look good if I have just this big like weird chamber with water and baby villagers bouncing around in it. So we'll go down maybe 3-4 blocks, something like that, and 2 blocks in this direction because I don't want to push too close to this, and probably 3 blocks in this direction. We'll do 2 at first, and then if I see a baby villager splat, then we'll dig it out 1 more to go 3. But I think 2 might be fine. We'll dig it down to the ground. So let me do that, and I'll be right back. Okay, hole in the ground, check. And what is this? How's this thing gonna work? So those villagers, they're gonna be flying out of the sky, like I said, approximately 1,000,000 miles an hour. That's my estimate. And we're gonna have water right here. I put it up a block so that way it would reach to where I needed it to reach. But the water, anywhere the villagers fall in here, they're gonna flow, and they're gonna flow to this exact spot right here, where they are oh, I forgot that was down there, but that's fine, that's fine. Here, let's get this, and let's do, oh, Hold on now. Please don't be anything in here that's gonna kill me. I think we're safe-ish. So they're gonna drop down here into, oops, this little tube. And then we're gonna flow them to a particular area. Actually, I need to kind of get up and out so we can take a look at that area. And I'm gonna have to pillar up and out like this. And they're gonna flow over. Is this in line with that? Oh, it's over one. They're gonna flow down here. And then they're gonna go over, and then they're gonna come up a little water elevator. We will probably not use soul sand because they should flow up easily fast enough to where they won't drown or anything like that. And we'll have a little like area for them right here that the grown-up villagers will be in. And we need to get the baby filter installed. So I'm gonna show you guys what the baby filter is and how that works here. So now we got a plan in place, and I got us an infinite water source because I only have one bucket and I could not be bothered to go get another bucket. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna place water first right here. And then I'm gonna get another water bucket. And then we have 2 trapdoors here, and we're gonna put them on the bottom of this second block. This is actually what is going to be the baby filter. And you guys will see how this works here in just a little bit. I'll be able to explain, except for the fact that I can't easily get out of here. Let me get out of here. Let me get back up. Oh, actually, whoop, we can go back down because I need to put water right here. And then we can also grab another water bucket. Bloop. Go back in here and put this water bucket and waterlog this one right here. Oh gosh. Waterlog. I can't. There. So now that one's waterlogged, and then we need to get out of here somehow. Can I dig out, please? Okay, so we got a lot of water flow going on right now, which is fine because we can stop that. We got a couple buttons here, and we're gonna place these buttons under the trapdoors. So I'm gonna place one right there, and place one right there, and then if I put a block right here. Yes, that stops all of the water flow. So now what's going to end up happening is those baby villagers, they're going to get pushed by the water that's going to be up there that I temporarily took out. They're going to get pushed along here. And then they are going to go underneath here, and then they are going to be under those trap doors. Now we do want to make sure they're not like bouncing around too much and that they can easily kind of sort themselves through. So I think what we'll do is it should be fine to just close it up all the way like that. Let's take our water up right here temporarily. I could go ahead and get myself out and then place that water back down. Perfect. And then we can take this water, put it back right there, get rid of these water sources, and let's go up top and take a look. Now, not only do we have a baby filter to look at, but we got a couple extra steps we need to do here to get it working. So remember, those babies, they're going to flow down that water stream, and they're going to end up right under those trap doors. And then when they grow, their heads will actually poke through the trap doors, and then the water will make them float upwards, which is great. That's what we want. And we actually need to have that happen and work properly. We need to take some water, and we need to create water sources going all the way up to this level right here. So I got myself an infinite water source right here. I'm still suffering with only one bucket right now. I can't be bothered to go get another one, even though it'd probably be faster. And I'm gonna go through and fill up all of these all the way up and make all of them water source blocks by just simply placing a water bucket on each one. And here we go. Here is the finished product of the baby filter. So they will float right on up here. They won't die, I promise you. And then once they make it up, they'll flow over to this corner where we will eventually, in like a minute or so, we'll put in a dispenser that can dispense out a mine cart, which will be able to pick up the then grown-up villagers through here. Just so you know, to get this to work, so the water, if you don't put anything right here in this spot, the water, if you place a water source right here, it'll just flow over into that, won't go anywhere. So what I did is I put a button right there, and then the water thinks that there's a block there, so then it flows over. So just know if you're doing this exact type of setup, put a button here and then put your water source here, and then it'll flow to the corner that you want it to flow to, which is what we did. make sure you put a dispenser here. Remember, dispensers will dispense out an object, whereas a dropper will only simply drop the item. If you put mine carts in here, the mine carts will dispense out, and then when you hit the button, it dispenses it, and the rail stays powered long enough to shoot the mine cart off, and then to wherever we want it to go. It's going to make this a super easy and streamlined process to get all of our villagers from here into our iron farm. And if we need villagers like anywhere else at any point in time, like, I don't know, maybe we do a villager like base crop farm, or I don't know, something like that, we can do those here as well. Get them all from right here. It's really the perfect solution and the perfect setup. I will decorate this thing at some point later. For now, I think it's just going to stay like this. That way, when we start testing it and dropping some babies through, we can see and make sure that the whole thing actually works and operates the way it's supposed to. And I couldn't help myself. We need lots of storage for mine carts, because once we get them, I don't have anything in here now except for a few here. But once we get them made, we definitely want to like have quick and easy access. There you go. It's that easy. So what we need to do now is we need to close this trapdoor and close this trapdoor. These guys, they do not think they can jump and get out. I know it looks a little painful, but I promise you they're going to be okay. And what's going to happen, the process of this is that these guys, there's 4 of them, and I don't know if I mentioned this, but we're using 4 just specifically because I want to get the villagers breeding up faster. You don't have to use 4, you can use just 2 is fine. Or if you want to go really fast, you can use 6 and just put in more beds. We have 9 beds going around here. You can have 1 villager per bed, meaning that these guys can kick out babies and then they will continually be breeding, basically. Because what's going to happen is after these guys start breeding, there's a little glitch. This is the part I learned from Bluejay and Silent, is for whatever reason with that glass, those glass panes right there, you can use fences and you can use iron bars, I think, too. When the villagers spawn, like baby villagers spawn on it, they'll actually like glitch down through it and then they'll fall. So that's a good thing. We want them to fall. And here we go. Our villagers are breeding. Sometimes the babies were getting stuck up here, so I made one minor adjustment. The block that was on either side of these panes, I went ahead and got rid of that. Is that gonna mess me up? Oh no, look, he fell right in the center. Oh, this is so awesome. Look at him. Going down, little buddy. Don't fight the current. Oh, and he'll eventually make, and there he goes. He's down. And then, yes, this is great. We do not see any sort of villagers in this thing right now, but I can kind of see the little heads through there. Can you guys see them? It may be kind of dark. Maybe you can't see it, but I see villager heads down there. So now really the only thing to do is kind of wait and make sure that we don't have any loss. I'm going to watch some baby villagers continue to fall down, and then we'll wait for some to grow up and make sure we get them in there. Also, I'll probably put a little lightning shield over top of this too, because we don't want our villagers to die. Basically, we don't want them to die. None will really sit and stay in here, so I'm not too worried about that area, but I definitely do not want these guys turning into witches, that's for sure. Look, there's another. Woo! Didn't I tell you 1,000,000 miles an hour? I'm pretty sure I told you that. And I do believe that's going to be it for this episode. I do still every once in a while have some babies dying, so I'm actually just going to make this chamber like one larger around, and I won't have that problem anymore. But I hope you guys enjoyed the super duper easy infinite villager breeder, and stay tuned for the next episode because it is iron farm time.